this evening?
My name is Jeremy Kern, Jeremy Kern, Kern, Captain Public Information Officer of County Fire.
Okay, where are we and what happened here tonight?
We're at the 14,000 block of Chumash Place here in the city of Victorville. About 5:20 this evening, County Fire received reports of a possible structure fire, multiple reports. En route, our initial engine company noticed that we had heavy smoke showing. While en route, the initial battalion chief added an additional engine company, so in total we responded with 4 engine companies, 1 truck company, and a battalion chief for a total of 16 firefighters. Within about 10 minutes, the first engine company arrived on scene to this 2-story home you see behind me, and they had heavy smoke conditions to the 2nd story of the structure. Upon assessment of the entire surrounding portion of the building, they had that heavy smoke conditions and initially made an offensive interior attack within the structure. Our initial truck company arrived on scene and supported their efforts with vertical ventilation to the 2nd story roof. Quickly, once the crews went inside and crews went to the roof, heavy fire conditions were presented through the roof. It had breached, and our crews within about 10 minutes were forced to go from an offensive posture to a defensive fire attack on the structure. With that, it meant our crews had to pull out due to the fire conditions and smoke conditions and perform the exterior water operation. The ladder pipe on the truck company behind me, you can see that they placed up the aerial ladder and they started flowing large volumes of water into the structure itself. There weren't initially any structures around the building that were initially threatened. However, just because of the smoke conditions, we did evacuate those structures and secure the power utilities. Our initial company officer did notice that it was a grow house, which is now under investigation by our fire investigators as well as the sheriff's department. And due to the utility conditions, the electricity within the home not being able to be secured, our crews had to pull out during the overhaul phase until we get Edison here to secure that power. We were hampered initially by the extreme heat within the high desert today, as well as the extreme smoke and fire conditions within the structure. We did have 1 minor injury to a firefighter on the initial attack. When he was entering the structure, going up the stairs, he did have portions of the ceiling and the roof collapse onto his head. He has minor injuries. He was not transported to the hospital. He was evaluated on scene by AMR. At this point, our crews are still in the mop-up phase or overhauling inside the structure. There is heavy damage to the structure itself and it is not habitable. On our primary secondary search, we did not find any occupants inside the structure, and it will be secured once we leave the scene.
And so you handed over the grow operation to the sheriff's department?
Correct. At this point, it's under investigation, and the property will be left in the custody of our fire investigators as well as the sheriff's department.
Okay, and you were pulled out twice. Could you comment on that?
So initially, when our crews arrived on scene, they went into the structure to make an aggressive attack within the inside portion of the building, but just due to the heavy fire conditions through the roof, our incident commander opted to pull the crews out and perform an exterior defensive operation. Once we had the bulk of the fire knocked down, it was then determined we could move in slowly while assessing the building's condition and the roof conditions to start to overhaul. We noticed that the power wasn't completely secured, so we once again pulled out until Edison was able to arrive on scene and secure that power.
And do you know where that extra power, or the unauthorized power, was coming from?
No, at this point, I don't have any additional information from the Edison. However, Sheriff's Department investigators are going to determine further on what was going on inside the home.
Okay, your name one more time, and could you spell the name of the street if you happen to know it?
Yeah, Jeremy Kern, and Captain Public Information Officer, and the correct spelling on the street is Chumash Place.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate you talking.